What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK. Man, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Listen, the Miami Dolphins have found their another star, okay? We found another star in Miami, and I wonder if you can guess who it is. While we wait on everyone to come in the room, I want you to put it in the comment section. Who do you think that next star is in Miami? It may not be who you think, but yes, we have found our next star, and I'm going to tell you why he's our next star and the importance and the glue that he has brought to this team, ladies and gentlemen, in a second. But listen, make sure y'all check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Sportscaster, and DolphinsTalk.com. Hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe. Thank y'all for joining TD Fans Talk. Again, they're not sending out the notifications, but it's all good, man. We're going to keep on doing what we do over here. But put it in the comment section. Who do you think is the next star in Miami? I'm about to explain who it is in just a second. Punch that like button. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I see all the names y'all putting in the comment section. I see the Austin Jacksons. I see the Mike Gesicki. I see the Solomon Kinleys. I see all of that. But you know what? The next star in Miami is Myles Gaskin, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, nobody's even debating it anymore. Myles Gaskin is our starting premier running back. Period. Myles Gaskin is now our starting premier running back for the Miami Dolphins. Yesterday, the team had 36 carries, and Myles Gaskin received 22 of those. I had to add that Ryan Fitzpatrick received 7. So 29 out of 37. So you can't even count Ryan Fitzpatrick. So technically we had 29 carries as a whole in the game yesterday without Ryan Fitzpatrick rushes. 22 of the 29 were Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin also got 75% of the snaps yesterday. He produced 22 carries and 66 yards, which was 3 yards per carry. Well, TD, 3 yards per carry ain't all of that. No. Back up for a second. Let's not act like his last 4 rushes weren't in trash. No, last 6 rushes, to be fair, weren't in trash time where the defense loaded the box and he got no yards, -1, -2. That was just to seal the clock, and they knew what was coming. He was well over 4 yards per carry until those last few rushes. He had another heck of a game. And you know what's impressive about it? He has yet to have that breakout rush, but you can almost see it coming. You can see it's going to happen eventually. He's going to get the 30 to 40 to 50-yard rush eventually. And let me tell y'all something. Myles Gaskin might hit 1,000 yards rushing this season. If he continues to be the premier back and he breaks off that 1 or 2 big runs every 2 to 3 weeks, he's going to be 1,000-yard rusher. He is very talented. To be so small, to watch him breaking tackles the way that he was, it's crazy. I was shocked. Matt Breida and Jordan Howard have been relegated to non-existent. And the only reason that Jordan Howard is playing right now is because they want to put a big, strong back end on the goal line. He had 3 rushes for 1 yard, averaging 0.3. And this is not to knock Howard nor Breida. I think they both are very talented running backs. Just like I believe Balaj was something was wrong with them. But this is Myles Gaskin's team now. Jordan Howard got 3 carries for 1 yard. Matt Breida got 3 carries for 4 yards. And all 3 of Jordan Howard's were in that red zone on the 1 yard line. He got the 1 touchdown, but the next drive, I must be getting the facts. The next goal line stands, he was stuffed twice. And Matt Breida came in and got some work in the game, but 3 rushes for 4 yards. Let me tell y'all, I didn't even think Gaskins was going to come back in the game late, but Breida rushing 3 times for 4 yards. They pulled him and put Gaskins back in. Did y'all notice that as well? Listen, Gaskins is playing very good football for a running back. If he was like Derrick Henry or Le'Veon or Saquon and getting 30 rushes a game, he'd be averaging 100. He'd be averaging 100. I know he had 22 carries yesterday, but wipe out 6 of those. That was at the end of the game. The man really had like 16 rushes for 66 yards. And he's been very impressive. And I like where this is going. And Kenan said this is technically training camp preseason. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, TD. Kenan, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You think I'm getting ahead of myself with Myles Gaskins? Bro, the first part of your statement was correct. This is technically training camp / preseason. But the second part, me getting ahead of myself, I don't mind saying that this is technically training camp preseason. But guess what? In this technically training camp preseason, guess who's earned the starting role? Guess who game 1 it would have been starting had this actually been preseason and training camp? Myles Gaskins would have been starting. If this was preseason and training camp, when game 1 came, Myles Gaskins would be back there starting, taking 75% of the snaps, like he did last week. So how is that getting ahead of myself? I'll listen to what you're saying. Yeah, that's treated like preseason. Guess what he just did in preseason? Earned the starting job for the regular season. That's what he just did. So come on, man. This kid out there breaking tackles in the real season. It ain't preseason. I get your point, but in the real season, against real competition, fighting to win games, he out there breaking tackles behind the line of scrimmage. He out there pushing the power forward, his little self, and he's out there making the right decisions on the holes that he picks. And he's running and making first downs and giving us good down and distances on the second and third down. So listen, the reason why I said that we have found our next star is because people aren't going to look at him as a star. But do you realize the glue that he's bringing how he's gluing this team together? You think if he had numbers like Jordan Howard and Breda, Fitzpatrick would have that much success throwing? No, not that efficient. Do you understand the better position that Myles Gaskins is allowing us to be in on offense because of his play? This is because of him. He is a large part of why our offense is moving the ball. We're coming up with 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. Now, when we're not running the ball, we got 2nd and 12. We got 3rd and 8. This is why when you got the running game going like this is why we get to move the ball and we have much more manageable 3rd down situations. And he's creating that for us. So will he be out here busting out 130 every game like these superstars? No. But the importance that he brings to this team, this kid is going to be a star for us. We're going to learn to appreciate what he does for this team. Because I promise you, yesterday goes totally different if he out there putting up Jordan Howard and Matt Breda numbers, averaging 1 yard a carry. Yesterday goes totally different. We don't go down there on the first drive and just score the easy touchdown. We stall and punt potentially. 2nd drive, 3rd drive. Do you understand 3 drives in a row, 21 points is what we did yesterday? And in large part because we were able to pick up timely first downs or give us great situations on 3rd down, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Myles Gaskins is the credit for that. Now I'll get to the offensive line later, but Brader's running behind the same O-line. Howard's running behind the same O-line. And Andrew Hernandez, this is where you're mistaken. You said Gaskin's too small. His size and strength combination is actually what's allowing him to do this. And Howard is too big. His size is actually holding him back because we're creating lanes to run through, but they're not Ezekiel Elliott lanes where you could drive a truck through with that O-line. We're creating 2-foot lanes, and he's sticking them. He's going right through them. Defender don't even know where he at. But Howard's just fitting through him, and the defense putting their hands on him and bringing him down. And again, I need y'all to understand, football heads, that don't mean Howard ain't a great back. That don't mean, it doesn't mean that at all. It's just that with the size holes that we're creating, it's not conducive for Howard. He can't even get the speed and momentum to make something happen. He meeting people in the backfield. But Myles Gaskin's meeting people in the backfield too, and he brushing them off. He's escaping the tackle because he's so shifty. He's so shifty. He's been playing great football, y'all. I'm telling y'all, Myles Gaskins is going to be our next star, and he ain't even break off a big run. And so many of them, you'll be like, ooh, he was that close. It's going to come as he gets more comfortable and more familiar. I'm telling y'all. I am telling y'all it's going to come. We're going to see that big run here and there. And the big run may not be the 80-yarder, but it might be a 25 to 30-yard gash here and there. He had a long this week of 15. 15. So listen. Him being a star ain't up for debate. The way that I'm posing this is that he's going to be. And what do I always tell y'all? Time will tell. Time will tell. Let me help you understand another thing about Myles Gaskins and why he pretty much the lead guy. Because he's also catching the ball out of the backfield. He's also catching the ball out of the backfield. Do you know who our leading receptions was yesterday? Do you know who had the most receptions yesterday? It was tied between two players. Devontae Parker and Myles Gaskins both had 5 receptions. They both had 5 receptions, man. And they both were targeted 5 times. He was 100% catches. Parker was 100% catches. They both were 5 for 5. 5 for 5. He's a dual threat. And then you put him in open space, he's making things happen. It looks like he's going to bounce around the corner. He runs that way and he cuts back and he got all the extra field to get the first down. He knows how to do the reverse run. He got the ball handed out to him. I'm like, oh, we're going to lose 3 yards. He said, I ain't going in there. He took off the other way. Came around the corner and made it a positive game. He's turning what should be negative into positives. Defender get in the backfield, blowed up the offensive line, ready to make the tackle. He gets out of it. No -4. He gets a +6. This is why he's going to be the next star that we don't even appreciate enough. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, a lot of people ain't even appreciating what he's doing now and don't even realize how intricate he's been in these games, how important he's been in these games. Don't even realize that. He's been a large part of the glue that has kept drives going. It's huge. It's huge to me. This man had 95 all-purpose yards. 95 all-purpose yards. He's a dual threat, and I'm telling you, he is going to be the next star in Miami. You just don't see it because all you see is this little small guy that ain't putting up $150 every game. That ain't what our offense calls for. Our offense don't need the buck 50 guy. We need the guy that's going to keep getting us first downs. I told y'all this in the past. A lot of y'all don't understand football. Y'all rather that guy that give you an 80-yard run. Yeah, that's what y'all rather, and we lose. No. Let me give you a better context on it. Y'all rather the guy that's on the 20-yard line on their own 20, got 80 yards to go down the field, in the backfield. He gets the ball handed off. He runs 40 yards. Now we on the opposite 40, and then he gets stuffed, and we punt. Oh, but he had 160 yards today. But none of them was cashed in. Y'all want the guy to go -5, -3, 2 yards, 1 yard, -6. Oh, he bust out a 35. Oh! No, man, that ain't what this offense calls for. We are a momentum offense. We don't rely on 1 or 2 players to get it all done. We need first down after first down after first down. That's the type of back I want, and that's what this guy is. And the sad thing is, he ain't going to never be appreciated like he should. He ain't going to never be appreciated because people automatically look at him and be like, oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, he's doing well. He's running good. We ain't going to never appreciate this man like we should. Because he ain't going to be the guy that's putting up a $120. He ain't going to be the Pro Bowl guy. He can get 1,000 yards, but don't be considered for Pro Bowl. And we like, yeah, but he ain't no Pro Bowler. He ain't. See, that's where our mind all messed up. We only give validation if a guy make the Pro Bowl and he the best rusher in the league, even though he don't get half the carries that the best rushers do. That's our problem, man. We need a first down dog or a guy who's going to put us in a manageable third down situation. And that's exactly what Myles Gaskin is. He is so vital to this team right now, and y'all got to recognize that. He is vital to this team. He's not going to be the guy that jumps off the stats page for you. I'm telling y'all, man, he is our next star. The unfortunate part is we'll never treat him like one. We'll never treat him like one. See? You see the ignorant comments, man? And I'm not even coming at you. Ignorance ain't a bad word. It just means you ain't educated on a specific subject. But he talked about Gaskins had 22 carries. Laughing my A off. He needs to get more than 60 yards. Bro, his last 6 or 7 rushes were to seal the game. And they loaded the box with 9 people. We had 1 receiver and Parker on the outside. So they really loaded the box with 10 people. He had like -3, -2, -1, back to the line of scrimmage, -3. That's why he had 22 carries. And then the most important one, 3rd and like 8, he broke that and sealed the game. He got 9 yards on that and sealed the game. Y'all don't put things into context. Y'all these stat sheet guys. Look at the stat sheet, 22 of 60. What is this guy talking about? You watch the game. Understand the context behind that 22. If you want to go raw without that trash time, this man literally only ran the ball about 15 times outside of trash time. And he made all 15 of them count. All 15 put us in a good position. They trust this man to pick up 3rd and 3s. They were handing it off on halfback draws, and he was getting it done. Not only that, catching the ball out of the backfield 5 for 5. 3rd and 2, where were they going? Hitting this guy underneath. He's been very reliable, and I can tell why he's starting now, because if he's consistent like this in practice, it's almost impossible not to start this guy. It's like having like the most efficient games you can have. Come on, man. Y'all got to put 2 and 2 together. Don't just look at, 22 carries for 66 yards. That ain't nothing. That's 3 yards a carry. Context, bro. Go back. Go back and look at the play-by-play. Go look at the play-by-play. You'll see what happened at the end of the game. This man had a heck of a game, man. He really did. He had a heck of a game. impressive, in my opinion. Look at this, man. Hold on. Wait. I just dropped it. Let me help y'all understand something. Watch this. Let me give you his give me a second. Let me give you the last 2 drives real quick. I'm gonna give you Miami last 2 drives. First down, Gaskins. No gain. This was sealing the clock. Jacksonville calls a timeout right after because they loading the box. Next play, Gaskins, 1 yard because they loaded the box. Third down, 1 yard. That's why his average started coming down. They ran him 3 times in a row and he got 2 yards. Not because he trashed, because they loaded the box with 9, 10 people. Because we only had 1 receiver and Preston Williams on the outside. And Devontae Parker on the outside. Now, the very last drive, Gaskins, 1 yard. 2nd and 9, Gaskins, 1 yard. You see what I'm saying? And then 3rd and 8 to seal the game, Gaskins up the middle, 15 yards. Game over. Game over. Come on, man. This man had a really good day running the ball. Timely. Good enough yardage, man. But anywho, man, I think that this kid is going to be our next star in Miami. But again, the reason why I want to show him love is because he ain't the type of player that we're going to show love to when it's needed. Yesterday, he deserves a lot of the credit in that W. Fitz leads the way. A lot of people deserve credit, but I'm going to get to all of them. Man. But thank y'all for tuning in to TDPHINSTALK. I will be right back with the next stream in about 60 seconds because I got to talk about Xavier Howard. Y'all already know what time it is. When he playing like trash, I'm going to call it how it is. When he's playing well, I'm going to call it how it is. I got to talk about X. We really got to talk about X. That's on the next stream. Come back in 60 seconds. They not sending the notifications out, so just check in 60 seconds and you will see me live.